Good morning, everyone. It's Monday. It's time for match day 11. You can see I picked up a couple wins on Friday. We had to play June Pak on a question about the Kalevala. He is smithing the Myths and Legends mini league with me, and a question about Pythagoras. He is a mathematician. He also likes art. So it was a fairly difficult set of things, but fortunately we were able to get him on the ham, and we escaped with a victory in the private rundle. We also got a win in Seaboard, so we're still in first place, though we're in a technical tie on match points, so we're just doing our best. If I said match day 11, I am a liar. Today is match day 12, so let's jump in. Match day 12 on the 12th. It'll match for 1 week. All right. What is the name of this pioneering early handheld game? Advertised as the Electronic Wizard. Note, photo has been slightly edited. I have never seen this before. Looks like it lights up and you get some, like, you know, you're playing some kind of strategy game is what it looks like to me. I know there's an early, history of video gaming type thing. I know there's an early game called the Merlin, and that would be advertised as the Electronic Wizard. I confess completely that I've never seen one, and don't know how it works, but I do know that there is such a thing. Just heard of it. And with the Electronic Wizard, I think I feel fairly confident there. Anyway, question 2. In June 2016, Forbes magazine adjusted its estimate of the net worth of American businessperson Elizabeth Holmes from $4.5 billion to $0 due to the severe legal and regulatory issues around what medical health technology company she founded in 2003 at age 19. Okay, this is the relatively, I think, sham blood testing company. And I mean, I know that when I see health companies, I want to know they were founded by someone who's 19, right? That's how you know someone has real expertise in that area. But anyway, in seriousness, though, I do not know the name of this company. I feel like it starts with a T. I don't know anything else. Test Corp. No, tests. That's not it. Teletest. That's wrong too. But we'll say that. I don't know the name. This is like one of those, that's not the thing I remember. I just remember that there was a blood testing company. So anyway, question 3. Article 50 of the Lisbon Treaty, long ignored, has become newsworthy for its 261 words, which lay out the parameters for what? Okay. Well, I guess the answer that you want is leaving the EU. This is the this is the process by which a country leaves the EU, the European Union. This has become newsworthy because of the Brexit vote. There are people doing that, but yeah, the Lisbon Treaty, I believe, is specifically related, or the Article 50 of the Lisbon Treaty is specifically related to that process. Question 4. What is the current name from an Arabic backgronym that spells out victory for the former Palestine National Liberation Movement, created in 1959 and first led by Yasser Arafat? Okay, well, this is his party as well, I think. It's the Fatah. That's just one of those things that I picked up, in poli-sci over my many years. Not much else to say there. I think that was the party that he led when he was in power as well. Excuse me. It's early in the morning. Sometimes I get a cough. I don't know. My kids do too. Apparently, they were doing that this morning. That was great. Yeah, I'm about 100% sure of that. Question 5. Music for 18 Musicians, a watershed in the history of minimalist music, is the work of what American composer whose other pieces include Different Trains, City Life, and the polyrhythmic drumming? Minimalist music. I mean, I think because I do not know the answer for these aren't titles I'm super familiar with. I think the correct thing to do here is to say Philip Glass, because he is definitely considered a minimalist composer. He could have written something called Music for 18 Musicians. I feel like this is a different guy or gal. I feel like this is a different person, but I don't know the answer, so Glass feels like a fairly nice guess for minimalism. Why not? And question 6. What term is used for any cylindrical or conical mineral deposit built up from the floor of a cavern or other cave? Okay, that's a stalagmite. Stalagmites come from the ground and stalactites come from the ceiling. Yep. So, all right, let's see how our opponent is. So I feel like someone with a 32% in classical music isn't going to get this right, even if it is Philip Glass. I feel very confident that that's a correct 3 here. Let's see how they are at current events, because there's really 2 current events questions and a slightly less current events question today. Okay. They're pretty good. So we'll put a 1 on leaving the EU. I'm going to stick a 2 on Merlin. I don't think most people are going to be familiar with it. So I think most of the correct answers on this are going to be guesses, because it's like, I named a wizard, right? I don't really want to put a 1 on this. Their business econ is 500. So it's possible their current events is more politicsy. So we'll go ahead and do that. That leaves us with, yuck, a 1 for Fatah. Well, yeah, Stalagmite getting the 0 feels right. Stalagmite also feels right to put the 0 on for. Maybe I put the 1 on Merlin? That feels wrong, too. Well, I guess this is more current events and this is more history, and their world history is 47%. So that's what we're going to do. Set it up like that. As for Diana, Diana's pretty good at classical music. And if this is Philip Glass, she'll definitely get it right. And if it's not Philip Glass, she has a better chance than me, because she's probably a little more into recent music, although I think of her as being more into jazz and pop and such. I know she's a singer, but so maybe wouldn't care about minimalist music as much as some people might. The good news is we didn't have any TV or movie or pop music questions, so I get to escape there. I feel like this question, if it's not Philip Glass, it's very hard. I feel like there's under a 50% chance that it's Philip Glass. Then again, I feel like, I don't know, man. Current events in the quasi-pharmaceutical industry. She works in pharmaceutical industry in advertising, or works near the pharmaceutical industry in advertising. So I feel like I should put a 1 here too. I feel like this is something I should know, which is why I'm 1ing it, although I don't love that. I feel like she'll probably figure out about Brexit too, which leaves a 2 for Merlin. She'd be slightly more likely to get this right than most people, because I think of her as a game familiar person, and she's a person from the old internet, but not necessarily from the recent. Yeah. That leaves us a 2 for Fatah, which I could see her missing, and a 3 for Glass. So we're just defending the same way. Ugh. All right. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Okay. Merlin's correct. Sweet. Okay. I felt decent about it once we realized that. Okay. Theranos. All right. Should be easy to remember. There was a magic set called Theros. This is just with a couple more letters in it. EU exit, cool. Fatah, Steve Reich. Ooh, that is a person I've heard of, but I couldn't have told you much more. And stalagmites. So that's a 4. So it should be interesting to see what other folks come up with. I feel like that day was difficult. Like I feel like that will play hard. Like what's easy? Stalagmite and that's it. Everything else definitely has easy paths to missing it. So I feel like that's going to be a day that plays pretty tough. I may just be wrong and ignorant, but we'll see. Anyway, everybody have a really good day, and we will catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.